Good afternoon to one and all present here. To become a successful person, one has to be successful in all his versions. So, without much ado, I would like to welcome Piyush Gupta, who is a Flutter developer at Shuniyavigyan and a designer head at GDSC BVP. He has worked on various projects and UIs also. He is experienced in working with APIs and backend. He also has knowledge of Android SDK, Kotlin, and machine learning. So, without further await, let's start today's session. Welcome, Piyush. You may continue.
Hello everyone, my name is Piyush. I am your instructor for this course of Flutter session. And let me just share up my screen. So, uh, so what exactly the Flutter is? Flutter is an open source UI software development kit. So basically, why Google created Flutter? Basically, Google created Flutter to work cross-platform. It works on all platforms like Android, iOS, Linux, Mac OS, and even as a web app. So, is there something between Dart and Flutter that are same or what? Why we talk about Flutter or Dart? So basically, Dart is a programming language which is open source, and Flutter uses Dart to create a high performance applications and UI which are easy to learn and stable. So, why we use Flutter and not React Native? Basically the points are that Flutter is faster than React Native. The better documentation, the widgets are easy to develop, and it increase in this community. We can see that people are more towards Flutter, and on testing basis, we can easily test Flutter. Let me talk about the third point, widgets. So basically, widgets are the basically widgets are the pieces of user interface in which we just segregate various widgets like buttons, text, images. All these are widgets. When we combine all these, we create a successful UI, which create our app. So basically, our app is also can be called as a widget. So let's move towards about installation process. In this, let me show you how to install. First, we will go to Android Studio. There, we just simply download the Android Studio app, which is roughly about 800 MBs. We just simply download and it will automatically start download in your directory. I have already downloaded it, so I am not downloading it again. Then we go to Flutter. In this, if you have Windows or Mac OS, you just simply download the particular environment for that. So since I have a Windows environment, so I simply download it from here. I will download the Flutter Windows zip from here, and that when you after you downloaded the zip, you simply just extract it from here, and then you go save it in your directory, and then you just simply go to your environment and set that Flutter bin folder as your path here. It's just like I have done here. After that, when you run your CMD terminal, just write Flutter doctor. Here, Flutter will automatically check whether your app, your Flutter is installed properly or not. uh, in beginning it will show you some errors like you haven't installed any editor, or your like your Android tool chain is license is not there. In that case, just simply run these commands which is provided in the documentation of and Flutter, the like this Flutter doctor dash dash Android licenses. It then after that you just run it again and check, since I have all the main um, uh, applications are ready. I have good to go with the Flutter application. Now I just open my VS Code where we will just write the entire VS uh, today's hands-on project. Today we will make a calculator. In that, first we will just simply run the command palette from here. Let's run the command palette. Here you will find a Flutter new project. Then after that, just go to application. It will ask you where you want to store your app. I will store in this folder, and then you will give a name to their app. Like it's my name is calculator. GDSC BVP, right? And the Flutter will automatically create its entire directory. Let's wait for a minute for it to just good to go. The Flutter will take some time according to your device. It will create a rough template, which is a beginner template. In that template, uh, when your Flutter is ready, it will Flutter every time gives you this code in which it will show the incrementer, where just show you what exactly it looks like. Where we go to terminal and then write Flutter run. Basically, this command runs our Flutter app. This is my this will we'll make this today, right? So right now, Flutter, after when I wrote the command Flutter run, it starts running the Gradle build. So right now it is just building our task. Meanwhile, let's go to our slides and learn about what are the various components of Flutter. In this, earlier I told about widgets, and there are two major types of widgets in which um there are two types of widgets: stateful widget and stateful widget and stateless widget. In stateless widget, we create the widgets that are created cannot be changed. For example, if we have created a screen and we have added buttons, and for that button we have given color. So you want to change after when we click that button, you want that the color of that button, if it suppose it is blue earlier, then after click you want it to be a black. Then in that case, stateful widget will not help you. For that you have to create stateful widget, because stateful widget provides you opportunity to change multiple times throughout the app when it is running. And after that, there are various other kinds of widgets such as accessibilities, animation, motion, assets, image, icon, async, Cupertino. So basically, if we talk about the asset, image, and icons, they just simply basically show us the assets or images we have given for load in our app. And there are I guess right, our app is running, which is provided by Flutter as a template or a beginner app. So basically it just simply after when I click this plus, it will increase the screen, increment the number which is written by one. If we just click on multiple times, it will keep on increasing. So Flutter gives you a rough idea with sort of description and all. And meanwhile, let me tell you about this directory present here. This is Android folder, which contains all the native codes in Kotlin, and this is iOS folder, which is for iOS. Basically, when we write our code in this folder, library, it just simply converts the entire project in various for various platforms. Like if we see this Android folder, our Flutter is created in such a way that for that particular code, it just simply convert it into Android or iOS or any other web app or uh, Windows, like that. And there is one more thing, which is the core of this app, which is pubspec.yaml. In this folder, it contains various kind of details of the app, such as name, its version, its environment, SDK which it is running on. And another main important thing is dependencies. So what is dependencies? Basically, dependencies are things which, like, we are also developers. Then some developers create some pre-built codes which we can easily use that in our app. Uh, we just provide the, like, this is a Cupertino icons, and this is a dependency which is um, made from this, um, already given and used in this Cupertino icons. And let's tell let me tell you about the code that we are writing today. First, we will import material.dart. Basically, material.dart is the main segment which provides us various kinds of widgets which are already made up. And then we will start our app from void main. As we all know, void main, in other programming language, every program starts from void. So here we also starts our app. And then we simply just create, in this void main we have provided the run app. Basically, this void main, in this void main we will write run app, which tells Flutter that our app begins from here. And in this way, I have written my app, which is our uh, class here. And after that, we simply in this class there is a widget build. In this widget build, the we will pass the build context, which returns material app. Material app is basically a framework or a class which is like, you can say that Basically, it's a made up app, or it's like it provides the screen for our app. We give a title in it, and then theme, and this is our root. Basically, our today when we are making our app, it is a single screen app. But when we create multiple screens, so in that the screens will simply uh, come back to back. And to manage all those screens, we write the roots here. So basically, when our class runs, it will read that it's our home page, and then it will run this my home page class. So basically, my home page class is not written already here. Then let's make our home page class. So we have created our home page class. So why I'm writing this here, key question mark key required this title. So basically, when we call a class, I have already passed a title, which is getting which is received here, but we are not passing any key. So it will just simply check if there is key. Then it will check there is key or not, or there just a null passed. Then after that, we have created a my homepage state, which further will create our my homepage screen. In this, I will just simply write the code for calculator. uh, Class for my home page state, and state my home page. And this. Now we will declare string output, which will store the output of our calculator. Then we will create one private member, string output, and then we will create number one and number two, which will also declare as and string operand. Now let me write the program how the if we made buttons in it, how the buttons will work. So here is the code for button. So in this, I am just passing the button text. So let me explain about this later, after when I write the leftover code. In this, if the button text is passed as clear, it will automatically change that variable output is equal to 0, num is equal to 0, and num2 is equal to 0, operand is equal to null. uh, Else, if button text is positive or negative or division or multiplication, it will simply just uh, takes the number and combines with it, and takes the operand as button text, and provides us the new output on the screen 0. So basically, if I show you here, so here is the calculator. So basically, if we write 9 plus, after when I pressed plus, it's just simply given me 0. So why is that so? Because I want to write another number. So uh, I am storing the main output in this, in this, and for taking the another input I am storing in this private member. So let me explain you these other conditions. If if the button text provides me decimal, then it will show that it is already containing decimal. Else it will just simply just update the output with that decimal. Else, and if user just clicks on is equals, it just give me the final output according to the operand present. If the operand is for addition, it will just simply add the two strings and give me the output, and so on. uh, and this is a set state. So basically we talked about this, that in when we create a stateful widget, we can change the screen anytime we want. So how the screen changes, that depends on what we are passing in this set state. So basically set states just simply reloads the screen according to what we have passed. So basically everyone just click the equals, it will just call the set state and change the output to the final output present in that. Then let me just change this. Mm, widget build. Let me just create this another widget. So what this widget build do? So basically this widget creates the buttons present on the screen. So it just simply create these. And how this works, we have returned expanded widget. The feature of this expanded widget is this, that it provides me a flex box. So basically what is flex box? So if some of you have studied web development or any other thing, their flex box is that like the it equally divides the rows and columns of the present. If I change this to container, see what happens. So okay, I haven't written the entire code yet, that's why it's giving me error. Let me just complete this code. So let me explain other things also. This is the elevated button widget. So what's the purpose of this? It just simply creates these buttons present on it, which on click just show you the splashes that you can see. The and there are other things like how to style this button. Basically, if we just change all these things, like the padding provides the how the item should be aligned in this. Primary color provides the color to the button, and on primary provides the text present to the color. And here is the how these colors work. There's colors dot green, and we give shape to our app, to our buttons. Like here we given border radius 10. And here is a text which we have written in that. So every button has a one function called on press. So basically what's the what purpose of this? When we press the button, it will ask to do some function. So in this we have called button pressed, which we have written earlier here. I've called this function and passed the button text. So what was button text? Button text was the text written in this here. We can see the text written inside this button. I have created one uh, variable in which I have stored the data of this, and in this data I just simply if that data I have, as a string I pass to the function button press, and the button press is uh, telling me this what the output should be. And so as you can see, I have later I have written widget build. So this widget build gives me the final app, or you can say the screen, which is written as which. So you can see after when I changed this to container, it just simply given me all the buttons on one side. So if I want that the button should expand on the entire screen, or the button should show some equality and all that, then for that we just write expanded. And there are many things like hot reload, hot restart. So what the purpose of this, if we just simply click a small r, it will do hot reload, and that hot reload will just simply reload the current screen of the app. If we do capital R, it will give us hot restart, where it restarts the our entire app, so that if there are some major changes done, it can show us that changes as well. So in the main screen, I have given app bar, where I have passed the title widget dot title, and that this title I have already written here Flutter demo page, and I've used this as doing showing this here as a title. Then I have created a body, which is a part of scaffold. Scaffold is also another sub part of material, which is also provide us various widgets to show a uh, good interface. In this, I have written a column, and in that column I have passed a widget. So basically, I have created a column which mm, basically contains all the children's present. So what are children's basically? Let me explain you something. Flutter works in a tree format, where every part has its own child or children and contains widgets under widgets. So here column contains various children, and children contain widgets. This widget is a stack basically, where it contains a container, child. That child contains a text, and we have giving some space between this, as you can see. If you can see this space everywhere in this, and later we have made the column and a row. Basically, for these buttons we have created a grid of row and column. For that, in beginning we have this build function we have created above here, as you have explained you earlier, that I am just passing button text. Here is the button text 7, and it is just taking this 7 and creating a button which is of green color with white text. And in that button, it is showing me the text, which is button text. and it has a function called button. In this on pressed, we have pressed function button pressed, which contains button text. So basically, I guess you can understand this. Basically, it's all about making widgets and functions. So when I call this build button with string 7, it just simply creates a button over here. If I just simply uh, pass this entire thing, there are many rows. So let me explain you how the entire app is working. So it is coming over here. The code starts running from my void main, where void main contains a class called my app. My app is a stateless widget which cannot be changed once created. In that my app, I have passed a page called my home page, which is a stateful widget. That stateful widget can be changed anytime when the entire app is running. So in that home page, I have created a private class which is home page state. So basically, it is creating a state. Basically, it is giving me the space for creating functions that can be used later in the app. So in this create state, I have declared variables. I have made a function called button press. This button press function works as how the app will work when the button is pressed. In this, I have made many conditions which are like this for addition, subtraction, decimal equation, and all this. And I'm passing the output as a set state. So it does. I have a this set states works the output is when the final output is prints. This this widget will make the buttons for our app, and this is a build widget which will create the screen of our app. So if we want to change the if you don't want that this shouldn't be green, we just simply go here and change to blue. It will just simply hot restart and gives me the blue buttons. If we it's the Flutter is very easy. You just have to understand how the flow works, how the things changes, uh, how to call the widgets, how to use the widgets present in that. This is not all the widgets present. In this, we have used scaffold, app bar, column, body, row. This is a function which we have made to create our app, and here are the other things. You can just simply go through this. Um, Scaffold implements the basic material designs, visual layout structure, app bar to create a bar of the top screen, and if somebody wants to ask something. Jayant, can you tell me if somebody has any sort of doubts?
No, I don't think so. There are any doubts.
So, if there's no doubts in this session, we can just end it here.
Okay, Piyush, that was a great session.
So, can I leave?
Yep. Thank you, Piyush.
Okay. Thank you.